with Mr. Rahul Joshi, the group editor of News18.
उत्तर प्रदेश में आपने अभी कहा कि आप सीटें बढ़ाएंगे पिछली बार से।
उत्तर प्रदेश में सीटें बढ़ाए मतलब अगर सब कुछ अच्छा रहा तो 80 की 80 हो सकती है।
अरे तो बहुत ही बड़ा बयान है आपका। रिकॉर्ड 2014 का ब्रेक होगा
जी,
71 और 73
हो सकता है। हम सब कुछ अच्छा रहा तो 80 की 80 भी जीत सकते।
इसका मतलब आप अखिलेश को कन्नौज में हराएंगे, अखिलेश जी को, डिम्पल को मैनपुरी में हराएंगे, उनकी पूरी फैमिली फिरोजाबाद, आजमगढ़।
मैंने संभावना कहा है कि हम 80 की 80 कर सकते हैं। हमारी सीटों की बढ़ोतरी होना निश्चित है।
All right, but that's what the Home Minister had to say. Let's also get you a sense of what the opposition has been saying. They have in fact been attacking the Bharatiya Janata Party and stating that the party has moved away from its 400 Paar slogan in election rallies. Let's also listen in to the various opposition political reactions.
मेरा ख्याल है जिस तरह से कहते हैं अपने मोराल वर्कर्स का, कार्डर का मोराल बूस्ट करने के लिए कहते हैं, उसको बहुत सीरियसली नहीं लेना चाहिए और लोग लेते भी नहीं हैं।
पहले कह रहे थे 400 पार, अब हार रहे हैं 400 हार। उनको यही सुनाई दे रहा है। उनके भाषण बदल गए भाषण के नहीं बदल गए। उनके भाषणों में हार के रुझान आने लगे हैं।
400 पार का नारा खत्म हो गया। वो खुद नाम नहीं लेते, 400 पार का नाम ले नहीं रहे। इतने वे भैंस के लेके आते हैं, 2 भैंसें। पूरे देश के अंदर माहौल बन रहा है, कांग्रेस पक्ष में बन रहा है, इंडिया गठबंधन के पक्ष में है।
So is 400 Paar a distant dream for the BJP? Let's try and delve deeper into that question. And for that, let me introduce my esteemed panelists today. I'm joined in by Mr. Tuhin Sinha, who's the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Mahima Singh, who's the spokesperson of the Congress Party. Sanjay Kumar, who's the director CSDS. Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, who's the national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Many thanks to you, Mahima and the gentleman, for joining in. If I could begin with you, Tuhin, how do you, in fact, put this into perspective, the 400 Paar, as we all know that no 2 elections are the same. This is indeed going to be a challenging one this time around as well, considering the Election Commission has already thrown in those figures which show a clear dip in voter turnout. What is, in fact, explaining that confidence of the Home Minister today?
Well, good evening, Akansha. Good evening, everybody. If there has been a marginal dip in voting percentage, that is only because, the other side, there is no competition on the other side. And, every sensible voter or anybody who has followed politics closely knows that the result of these elections is a foregone conclusion. Now, there are at least half a dozen states where the BJP is going to, BJP is going to come up with more seats than before. That includes Tamil Nadu, where we presently have a 0 figure. We would come up with anywhere between 4 to 6 seats. That includes Kerala, where we are expecting 2 to 3 seats. That includes Bengal, where our tally is likely to go up from 18 to as high as 30. That includes Uttar Pradesh, where we are likely to go up from 64 to above 75, and potentially, as the Honorable Home Minister say, a clean sweep, because that explains why both Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi are shying away from contesting from their erstwhile family bastion. So imagine if Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi are scared to contest from Uttar Pradesh, what is the morale of the opposition? So, I think there are 6 states in all that, and that also includes Orissa, by the way. So I think, we are very much on course for 400 seats with our alliance partners, and, the opposition, they're coming up with desperate pleas for vote jihad to ensure that, at least the minority votes get consolidated in their favor. But I think overall, we don't need to emphasize this. Our campaign has gone on very well, and we are on course for 400 seats plus.
All right, let's talk about a state like Maharashtra, where also the Home Minister has in fact exuded confidence. Mahima Singh, if I could bring you in on that aspect, because political pundits are talking about how Maharashtra could also prove to be a very tricky turf when it comes to especially the Marathwada region. We've seen a very complicated sort of caste dynamics over there. We've also seen how protests have been taking place as far as the Maratha reservation is concerned. How do you place the BJP and its own alliance in Maharashtra at the moment?
Jai Hind. In fact, at the very outset, Akanksha, I am prompted to reiterate Munir Niazi when he says, "Kisi ko apne amal ke hisab kya dete? Sawal sare galat the, jawab kya dete?" You see, the nature of questions determines the answers for sure. And we watched Narendra Modi's interview, the Prime Minister interview on your network. Today we are hearing the Home Minister. You're asking me about Maharashtra, but the BJP and the Home Minister and the Prime Minister seem to be in total ignorance of the Kshatriya protests against the BJP, the Maratha protests against the BJP.
Mahima, our job is to raise questions. All the pertinent questions. No, but you cannot hurl wrong accusations. Mahima, I request you to abstain from hurling wrong accusations. As a journalist, everyone has done their jobs in posing the right questions. Please go ahead.
Akanksha, allow me to complete my thought. Please respect my opportunity.
No, but you cannot disrespect the questions that have been posed.
If you have invited me to your show, give me an uninterrupted opportunity like you gave to the ruling party.
Absolutely, but I would appreciate if you abstain from disrespecting the questions and the journalists.
I will not. I will call a spade because the country is seeing it for that. Allow me to have my opinion. You have invited me on your show. You have invited the Congress party and given us an opportunity. Please do justice with your own stance. Now let me say that you see the BJP in Tamil Nadu, the BJP spokesperson was speaking. They have attacked the federalism there. Ladakh, we have seen the protests. J&K, they have not held an election for nearly a decade now. You were talking about Marathas. Marathas are protesting against the BJP. Kshatriyas are protesting against the BJP. Then where are they so confident from that they are getting 400 seats? Because from West Bengal we are hearing reports of EVMs going missing. We are hearing of discrepancies in elections. Manipur already saw a repoll. So the BJP is fiddling with the whole process, putting the election commission under the scanner today. When the data comes out days after the elections actually took place, which is a first in the history. Today, the BJP beats the drums about digitization of the whole process. If there is Digital India, you tell me it takes just 1 hour to put all the algorithms
all right,
together
if I could bring in
bring out the data.
All right, I've given you time to speak, Tuhin. I'd like you to respond to that because clearly what Mahima is saying goes on to establish that the 400 Paar target can only be achieved if there is tampering of the EVMs.
This constant insinuation where they cast aspersions on our institutions is shameful to say the least. Only recently they won Telangana elections. Was everything functioning perfectly all right over there? I think Congress needs to grow out of this mentality of constantly believing that they are being victimized. I don't think they are doing justice to their own cause by doing so. If the voting percentage has been revised, there are technical reasons behind it. And the Election Commission has explained. I can give multiple examples. Can you imagine TN Session? They had put TN Session, an ex-election commissioner, was pitted against LK Advani. This is their integrity. But they keep questioning us. They keep questioning the EVM. Since you were talking about Maharashtra, let me also tell you, in Maharashtra, it's actually quite simple. And that is what explains the confidence that we are exuding. The three people who had subverted the mandate in the after 2019 assembly elections, Sharad Pawar, Rahul Gandhi and Uddhav Thackeray are on one side. People have seen the kind of malgovernance that they provided to the state in 2.5 years, the kind of Vasuli Raj that they brought to Maharashtra, and people are going to punish them. It's as simple as that.
All right. Sanjay Kumar, if I could bring you in. First of all, thank you for patiently awaiting your turn. Please respect the other panelists who've been very patiently awaiting their turn. Sanjay Kumar, just because the Home Minister is making a sweeping statement like is exuding confidence about having 400 Paar this time, or rather attaining that by 12:30 p.m. on the 4th of June, does that still sort of negate that there are no challenges this time just because the BJP or the NDA is claiming that the opposition's been decimated? How do you as a psephologist in fact place into perspective the challenges this time round compared to 2019 Lok Sabha?
No, only because Home Minister has mentioned that BJP is heading for or NDA is heading for a 400 plus seat. That doesn't make me believe that BJP or NDA is seriously heading for a 400 plus seat. There are anxieties on the ground, There are anxieties about price rise, unemployment, corruption, and there are few more anxieties. But at the same time, there are issues on which people also appreciate the work done by the BJP government, which is about the Ram Mandir, the general developmental work. And we should not forget that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is still a very popular leader and he seems to be a vote puller for BJP. So compared to 2019, I get a sense that BJP is facing a bigger challenge in 2024 compared to 2019. But still, if I have to make if I have to get a sense from the ground that in this electoral race, which party is still the front runner, I still believe BJP is the front runner, and with a very safe margin to the extent of getting a majority, very close to a majority, but yes, nowhere close to 370 for BJP or nowhere close to 400 for the NDA.
All right. In fact, on that note, let me quickly bring in Ghanshyam Tiwari, who's just joined us. He is the national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Mr. Tiwari, there's a lot of chatter about how 8 Western UP seats, constituencies are going to be dented by the Bharatiya Janata Party this time around. They've already sort of made inroads in the Yadav land. How do you assess your own performance in the days ahead?
Good evening, Akasha, to you, the viewers and fellow co-panelists. There are 3 things that stand. One is that today BJP is in the most desperate state it has ever been in the last 10 years. If it is any measure of desperation, a Prime Minister seeking votes for Prajal Ravanna, knowing fully well that he is accused of heinous crimes, most ever by any monster, and the Prime Minister stands there and says, vote for him and you will strengthen me. That shows desperation of BJP. A Prime Minister defending electoral bonds, knowing that they took money even from Serum Institute, now that the vaccine story is out, that shows the desperation of BJP. And a Prime Minister today deciding to give ticket to Braj Bhushan Sharan Singh's family, that shows the desperation of BJP.
Ghanshyam Tiwari, I want to ask you one question. Is that going to sort of come to the rescue of the Samajwadi Party Congress alliance, where they are also facing voters who seem mightily impressed in Uttar Pradesh alone with the kind of welfare that has been done by the current dispensation or the sort of double engine sarkar which we see in Uttar Pradesh and at the center? They're saying, hame ghar mil gaya, hame toilet mil gaya, hum bahut khush hain.
It is a good question, but the point is, here are what voters are looking at. In one place, India Alliance is saying that every youth, the first job is guaranteed. On the other side, BJP is guaranteeing 83% unemployment. On one place, the India Alliance is saying that every woman will get 1 lakh rupees from a poor family. On the other side, Prime Minister is seeking votes for Prajal Ravanna, Braj Bhushan Sharan Singh, and the people accused of heinous crimes, more heinous crimes than we can imagine. At one place, the opposition is saying that we will fight for the farmers and enable MSP. On the other side, we have images of BJP firing at the farmers. So the contrast is more visible than in Uttar Pradesh than anywhere else, and that is the reason the rout of BJP, the story is getting scripted in Uttar Pradesh. One final point: as the remaining 5 phases in this election unfolds, Akansha, your viewers or even the esteemed panelists here would not be able to say 2 or 3 good candidates that BJP is left with. In contrast, in Uttar Pradesh, you have Amethi Raebareli seats. Congress is going to put up excellent candidates there. There is Mainpuri, there is Dimple Yadavji's constituency, Akhilesh Yadavji's constituency. Constituency after constituency, there are candidates who hold the public trust strongly. In contrast, BJP is going to defend Braj Bhushan Sharan Singh for the rest of the
Tuhin, if I could bring you in on this aspect, because remember, political pundits are also questioning how the Yadav legacy is now getting challenged by Modi ki guarantee. How, in fact, do you assess all those accusations that have just been heard by Ghanshyam Tiwari, and perhaps to an extent that is also a reading of several BJP critics on ground level in Uttar Pradesh?
Well, you know, Uttar Pradesh, if you just go 2 decades back, these are the people, Samajwadi Party, who had brought gangsters like Atiq Ahmed into politics, knowing his credentials, knowing his past records. So Uttar Pradesh has really seen the dark days before 2017, and the tremendous improvement in law and order situation is something which you know, even if you talk to a kid, he will be he will be roaming around the streets freely, which was unthinkable 6 or 7 years ago. So that is the big difference in Uttar Pradesh. Of course, when it comes to Amethi, after being a member of parliament from Amethi for a good 15 years, Rahul Gandhi could not bring a single industry. Today, the ambitious defense corridor in Uttar Pradesh passes through the vicinity of Amethi. Today, there is 24/7 electricity. Today, when it comes to Swachh Bharat,
Tuhin, in fact,
I think
our second debate is on Amethi and Raebareli. So hold on to Amethi and Raebareli. We'll be taking that forward in the second debate. But let's have you discuss other points.
That Samajwadi Party, my limited point is that Samajwadi Party only gave tickets to gangsters or to Islamists like Shafirul Park or TN or TN Hassan. The people who have called for Sharia law
if I could
in
bring
India.
you
So
in
I
on
think,
what Tuhin is saying.
Difference.
Right. What Tuhin is saying is also what various analysts are saying, that security and connectivity are two crucial aspects in Uttar Pradesh, which are helping the Bharatiya Janata Party sort of break that citadel of the Samajwadi Party, whether it is a Mainpuri, whether it is a Kannauj, and they are talking about how women are more free to move on. Of course, the aspect of Bahubalis, whether it is a Mukhtar Ansari or even an Atiq Ahmed, these are ghosts of the past now which are coming back to haunt your party.
Well, there's a saying, high and dry. There's no other place than the BJP campaign where you know what high and dry is. The dry is that there's no promise for jobs. The dry is that there's no promise for protection of women. The dry is there's nothing for farmers. Look at the candidates that BJP has in Uttar Pradesh in the next 5 phases.
But does that surpass the value of life?
Yes, I'm coming to that. Braj Bhushan Sharan Singh, candidate of BJP. Ajay Mishra Teni, you spoke about value of life, whose son mowed down farmers live in front of camera. Candidate of BJP. When you have such candidates accused of heinous crimes and massive unemployment, paper leaks, and in contrast, you have opposition leaders who have made a promise India-wide, while standing in contest in Uttar Pradesh, made a promise India-wide that we will bring caste census, we will bring employment for the first job guarantee for every youth, we will ensure that every woman will have 1 lakh rupees, and we will ensure that the farmers have MSP. This is what people want to hear, and this is what BJP will not tell. People are in Uttar Pradesh worry that if BJP by mistake is voted back to power, cylinder will be 2,000 rupees, petrol diesel will be 200 rupees.
Tuhin, how do you react to that? Because unemployment, inflation have become the daily sort of allegations. Okay, Mahima, go ahead before I take that response from
first of all,
No, see, because the interjection
let's listen from both of them, Tuhin, and then I'll come to you. Yes, please go ahead. Mahima.
Earlier.
Mahima, please go ahead.
Yeah. You see, when the BJP spokesperson earlier spoke about the Election Commission and the Congress Party's apprehensions, I wanted to interject and say that, you see, the numbers of voters, it is for the first time in the history that we are not getting the numbers of voters. The Election Commission has not put out how many voters voted, just the data in percentage, and that too many days after, and there's a gap of 2 to 7% actually in the original voter data and now. And you see, when the BJP spokesperson speaks, he also forgets that the Prime Minister is time and again prompting and saying that the Congress is not contesting election on 272 seats. We have already declared candidates on 326 seats. So as Mr. Pawan Kheda has pointed out, he should actually, get his sense of mathematics correct. And to Mr. Amit Shah, it is very relevant to say today that, if the 400 Paar is going to meet with the same fate of India Shining today. I've been listening to my counterpart from Uttar Pradesh, from India. So, you see, the issues, the population of this country is going to contest this election, Akanksha, this time. It is not going to be an election based on Jumlebazi. It is going to be an election, and the visuals which Mr. Tiwari has pointed out to, I think, are floating before the people.
All right, so Hinsina, how do you react to that? Because I'm sure 400 Paar can't just be won on Jumlebazi.
I'll address all of these queries. First to Ghanshyam Tiwari, I don't know what problem he has with the son of Brij Bhushan Singh. Is the son involved in any crime? By that logic, Tejasvi Yadav should not be in politics because he is the son of a convicted criminal. So he should ask, Ghanshyam Tiwari should actually ask Tejasvi Yadav to quit politics because Tejasvi is the son of a convicted criminal. What kind of logic are we applying? Now, number two, when it comes to inflation, our retail inflation average in the last 10 years has been 5.1% as against 7.8% of the UPA 10 years. So I think, when it comes to data, our data speaks louder than their propaganda that is there for everybody to see. And finally, you just need to travel across Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh has suffered for 20 years at the hands of Samajwadi Party and BSP, and the Congress has been constantly declining. So people don't want to go back to the era. They are very happy with the infrastructure creation. They are very happy with the
Sanjay Kumar, if I could bring you in on your understanding of Uttar Pradesh, many are talking about how, in fact, the Congress and SP alliance may, in fact, suffer because the BSP is already denting into their prospects by introducing their own sort of Muslim candidates. But when it comes to countering the BSP, the Bharatiya Janata Party has managed to sort of consolidate a voter base, not just within the OBCs, the SC/STs, the Brahmins, as far as the Dalits are concerned, yes, but even the Muslims, in fact, are very happy as far as the welfare schemes in Uttar Pradesh is concerned. And this is the ground sentiment that I can tell you as a journalist. What is your understanding of the pattern in Uttar Pradesh at the moment?
Oh, a very long question. So, first going back to the Muslims. I don't get a sense very clearly that, if you look at the Muslim voters, they are very happy with the schemes rolled out by the Prime Minister Modi government. Or
no, but in Eastern UP, they have been rolled out houses under the welfare schemes of the housing schemes have in fact benefited them.
Will you allow me to say something?
Sure.
If you allow me to say something, or you...
Please go ahead.
So I don't get a sense that Muslims are extremely happy. If I go by the past data of how Muslims have voted for BJP and other parties, even in the state assembly election, yes, Samajwadi Party got defeated, but look at how Muslims voted in favor of Samajwadi Party. They didn't vote in very large number for BJP. If they were extremely happy with the performance of the BJP government, as they see, they would have voted for the BJP. So I don't get that sense. But you're right that if I look at how votes of, say, Dalits and upper caste and OBC have shifted in favor of BJP, that's right, that's happening, and that's why BJP has been able to perform very well in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, and after that the assembly election which took place in 2022. So there are sections of voters who feel happy, who have shifted their vote in favor of BJP during last 10 years, but not all. There are issues, there are anxieties among section of voters.
All right, Ghanshyam Tiwari, if I could bring you in. There's also the BJP confidence, and as opposition is terming it, arrogance, that they have the star power, whether it is a Kangana Ranaut or a Hema Malini or a Miss Ganguly, Rupali Ganguly also joining the Bharatiya Janata Party. Not just that, but the fact that various opposition leaders have joined the Bharatiya Janata Party, and children of these opposition leaders are also joining them. Not to forget, the unopposed victories in Surat and Indore have already arrived as a major shot in the arm for the BJP. How is that translating into the morale of the SP? Before I go to Mahima to gauge what the Congress is like about this.
3 points, right? Surat and Indore. This is not North Korea. This is not shot in the arm. This is shot at democracy. You are shooting point blank at democracy, and the fact that the judiciary is letting it happen, election commission is letting it happen, is a danger sign for everyone who believes that India must be a strong democracy. That's point one. Point two, on the question that you asked Mr. Sanjay Kumar about Muslims, how would you feel, Akansha, that somebody says that, okay, I'm going to put out this beneficiary scheme for you, but as a Prime Minister, I'm going to create hate propaganda against you. I'll continue with hate speech against you. I will use manifesto of opposition parties, fake manifesto of opposition parties, to say that they are going to build hate against you. This is exactly what the Prime Minister did. This is exactly what the now deleted Instagram post of BJP is. If you are going to tell 20% of your population that the Prime Minister's best political campaign is to build hate against you, it means that BJP is desperate. And my final point is that the star power, even if Akshay Kumar stands in Banaras instead of the Prime Minister, BJP is going to lose, because the real star power of BJP today in the eyes of people especially women, is Prajal Ravanna, Brajbhushan Sharan Singh, Ajay Mishra Ateni, and the kind Pawan Singh, Manoj Tiwari, Ravi Kishan, the people who time and again.
Mahima, I give you 15 seconds to, in fact, round up those observations because I'm running short of time. I need to go to Tuhin as well. Mahima, please go ahead.
In spite of all star power and acing factors in favor of the BJP per se, why is the BJP having to polarize, talk about Mangal Sutra, talk about Muslim appeasement politics, talk about Bhais also now? Why are they not delving into the people's issues? After 10 years of successful governance, they should have been presenting a report card. Instead, they are delving into hate propaganda, spreading lies about Congress's manifesto.
Let me bring in Tuhin. Tuhin, Muslim appeasement is an accusation we normally don't hear for the Bharatiya Janata Party. But quickly, I give you the closing thoughts on what they've had to say as far as the attack on democracy and questioning of all those major advantages that BJP so far seems to be having.
My friend Ghanshyam Tiwari needs to jog his memory. Dimple Yadav was also elected unopposed in 2012 from Kannauj constituency in a by-election to the Lok Sabha. So, at a time when UPA was strong, these things have happened because, it's a very natural thing. If there is nobody ready to stand against a strong candidate, it would happen. Why blame the democracy? Why demonize democracy like Rahul Gandhi does at the slightest instance and goes abroad doing that? Now, when it comes to Mahima ji's charge, let me tell you that the Congress party's manifesto categorically states that we are going to ensure adequate opportunities for minorities in public works contracts. Are they trying to imply that the bullet train contracts in this country, the infrastructure projects contracts in this country, the defense corridors contracts in the country are going to be awarded on the basis of religion?
I'm afraid I'll have to wrap up this debate. I'm going to request Mahima and the gentleman to continue staying with us because coming up after a quick short break, as time is running